Hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hey,
Testing, testing, testing. We are live.
We are live.
Welcome.
Welcome,
Welcome, welcome,
welcome, welcome.
welcome.
welcome. Hi,
Happy Tuesday.
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
is gonna take a 1 minute and post this all over our social medias. You guys post and share with your friends. Because today we are going to talk about pick your hard. And I know that may sound weird, like, girl, what you talking about? So we're gonna get into it. Give us a quick second so we can share this everywhere, so everybody can have an opportunity to get in on this conversation. Hopefully today you guys will ask us some questions and engage with us a little bit, so we could really have a chat, right? So we could have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
I
I'm
see
ready.
posted everywhere. We are live. Make sure you mute your phone so we won't have any echoes going on. So again, it is Tuesday. We're so happy that you logged in with us today on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Latoya, and I have the women of enrichment here with me. You all know Shay, Monda, and Chrissy. We are here
Yeah, yeah.
to just have conversations about enrichment in all kinds of ways. And today we're going to talk about picking your heart. And it's
Mm.
like, I'm sure you guys seen that somewhere before. You may have even seen the meme, what is it? Leaving your comfort zone is hard, but staying broke or uncomfortable is also hard. So pick
Mm.
your heart.
That's good.
Decide which hard you want to go for, because everything's hard, right? And we just want you to, leave your comfort zone is hard. Staying broke is hard. Pick your heart. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to start out with the ladies here this evening and ask them, why do you think people that we are associated with, or maybe that we come in contact with, that we talk to, make a choice to pick the broke hard instead of the wealthy hard, right? I seen that little tick right there. So I'm gonna start with you, Shay, because you had a reaction to that question. Why do you think people make a choice to pick the broke hard? And if you want to go ahead, you can elaborate on what we mean by what's broke, like in hard. We right? In case y'all
Right.
don't know, we're gonna go ahead and tell you. Go ahead.
I mean when I hear that, what I think about when it's like um the broke hard, it's a lot of things that that could come into play. It could be like that's all they know, and people, and you're saying like leaving your comfort zone when you're used to being broke, your mind, you know what I'm saying, it's just like your mind and your ways, you're programmed into thinking that that's the only way to do it. And um and and to elevate to be wealthy and stuff like that, people think it's just like if someone hands you money, you're good. But there's work involved in having to be successful. Like for example, people think like, oh, like Beyonce, she sings and she, you know what I'm saying, she's rich and stuff, but they don't know she puts in the work. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? She will practice for hours and days on end for the concerts that we just watch for an hour, right? Like if we watch, a Black is King, and we enjoying it for 2 hours, but it was like months and months and months that goes into it. So, um, and people don't want to put in the work. I mean, I think even with this, with us trading, and when we present it to our families and friends and people we love, and they're like, "I gotta learn something. I gotta study. Like, can't you just do it for me?" And it's like, okay, you're stuck. So
Right.
I think for me, it is just like people don't want to put in the work. People don't want to do anything.
What do you think, Monda? Why do you think people pick the hard side of the hard option, the broke hard?
I think that people, it's easy to stay in your comfort zone. They always say you don't change until the pain of changing is greater than the pain of staying the same. And
Right.
it's easy to stay in your comfort zone. And if you don't have people around you that are pushing you to higher heights, that will show you that it's possible for you to go to the higher height, then you'll be good. You'll figure out like, hey, I'm good where I am, and then you'll start to settle. And that's where you don't want to be. So, honestly, broke is just a state of mind. You could be
absolutely
you could be broke with a lot of money. So it's important that you really understand and assess yourself. Like, are you where you want to be? Have you reached your goals? Have you reached your dreams and potentials and your potential? And if not, then you need to figure out, how can I get to the next level? And really that comes from surrounding yourself, like I said, with different people, with different minds, people that are going to push you, people that are doing more than you, so that you can be successful and you can go to the next level. You can't go to the next level in the same position and with the same people that are all like the same. So that's why people, in my opinion, people stay the same, because they don't have that roadmap in front of them. They don't see anyone that's telling them you can have more, and then they default to, well, all they left me is the streets, or you hear drug dealers say that's all I got to do, but that's not the case. There's so many more options. Even if you were born and raised on the streets, that you don't have to be a drug dealer. It's the same thing. If you were born poor, you don't have to stay poor. Right now in today's society, I mean, it was one thing if you were in another country where it's a caste system, and now we're going to change the world with cryptocurrency. A lot of us going to be cryptocurrency millionaires, Bitcoin millionaires, by the investment we're making right now. So I mean, it's so much options. But I'll let Chrissy share what she's going to share.
I just don't think people's comfort zone have hit them in the mouth hard enough yet. When your comfort zone hits you in the mouth, make you take them 2 steps back. It makes you do a reflection on yourself and on your life. And I just don't think people been hitting the mouth hard enough yet.
Yeah.
Like, get hit in the mouth hard enough, and you eventually gonna hold your hands up. You're gonna block, right? You're gonna stop leaving yourself open. You're gonna make different choices. You're gonna choose to do different things and associate with different people. I just don't think people been hitting in the mouth hard enough yet. It's easy to choose easy when it ain't no pain.
True.
Or when you get used to the pain. It's easy choosing it. You used to it. But you ain't been hitting in the mouth hard enough yet. When you actually start feeling something, you make a different decision.
Yeah,
I agree. I totally agree. And to just like, why do I think people pick the hard side of instead of picking wealth hard, get into wealth hard, or staying in a broke mindset and a broke financial situation hard? And I think that it's 2 things. I think that unfortunately we are predispositioned to be negative, even though it's hard and you don't want to rob Peter to pay Paul, and you don't like that job per se, or you deserve more money, but you keep going to that job because you're comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with jobs. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying, like, you get settled, you get comfortable with that type of uncomfort, with that type of discomfort. Y'all heard the story. I don't know, maybe Kirk told us about the dog sitting on the nail, and he was just gonna sit on that nail and cry about it instead of getting up and moving. And I think that a lot of us are just stuck in that rut, and we are programmed to kind of just sit and wait for something to happen for us. If you are familiar with Dr. Spiller, he has an excellent YouTube where he talks about how you go to high school, college, you sit in classrooms and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And we have developed this patience for the wrong thing. We don't have the fight for like the life that we really want. Like, we could all go back to 18 years old, 21 years old, and all of us had a picture of our life. And we also kind of sort of had a way how we thought we would get there. And life will punch you in the face, like Chrissy said. And a lot of us, after we get punched in the face, we stay on the mat. We don't get up and we say, you know what? this nail in my side hurts, but the thought of trying something else, I don't want to feel no more pain. And we're here to tell you, right? It all hurts. It's gonna be painful. The process is gonna be painful. Like, I'm going through a yoga training right now. Saturday I had 3 hours of yoga. I mean, what? 3 hours? I'm dripping sweat. I'm tired. I mean, it was intense. And then I had to get up Sunday and do the same thing. It's hard, but I want to be an exceptional teacher. But I got to put in the work. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's hard. And we just have to get in a place in our mindset that it's all hard. You either going to go for what you want, or you're going to settle with the nail in your back. So, right, like that's
it's hard because the nail in your back and the complaining gets you attention. When you're pressing in and you're going for something, you're focused, and it's nobody talking to you.
Right.
You know, there are times when my friends are like, well, what are you doing? Can you do this? Can you go have fun? And I'm like, listen, I got to focus on this. I got to do this. I got mastermind, you know, sorry, can't do this on a Monday night or a Thursday. I'm focused.
Right.
That's not popular. But the nail in my side, and I got to tell you, you know, call 15 family members. That's where, you know, you get that, you know, that attention, and people like attention.
Like that. What were you gonna say, Chrissy?
For some people, this pain I'm used to. I got Stockholm syndrome. I'm used to this pain. I like this pain. I think if I do that other thing, it's gonna be a different type of pain, and I don't know what it is. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not prepared for new pain. I'm gonna just stay in this pain right here.
Like my dad used to say, I know what I have, I don't know what I'm gonna get. So they still stuck in that, you know. I know this pain, I don't know what that pain is, so I'm gonna just chill right here, and then they get stuck in that. And they don't, like you said, Latoya, you spent Saturday 3 hours in doing yoga, Sunday the same. But then someone's going to turn around and see you doing yoga and then be like, oh, she just watched the YouTube for 30 minutes and she stretched. They don't know the work that comes involved. It looks easy to them. You know what I'm saying? Right. They don't see that. I had somebody call me today and it was like, I hear you do Forex. Can you teach me? And I'm like, I never tell you I was an educator, one. I can direct, I don't want to look at videos. So what do you think I've been doing? I don't want to be on no calls and watch what do you think I was doing? You know what I'm saying? So you think I just although, you know, I woke up like this, right? But there was work involved. Like, you know, there's days I come from work and then I'm like, oh, got to get on with Kurt, got to get on with this, you know, like, you know, eating on the fly. And, you know, that they don't see the work involved, but it's like now they see the account is like moving, you're trading and you're dope. And then they're like, yeah, could you teach that to me? Yeah, because I'll come one Saturday and you could show me. Bruh, it's going to be more than one Saturday. You're going to have to put in the work. And that's where, and then it's like, word, oh, more than one. I gotta watch the video more than once, and then they want to cut corners. You know, that's
everything. That's everything with success. Yeah, everybody sees somebody successful and be like, "Can you help me? Can you show me how you got there?" Right. But then when I try to show you how I got here, you're not prepared to walk that road. Mm-hmm. Like you see the success. You see, like I ain't been at work in a year. Right. Like right. This is not by happenstance, okay? Right. Okay, and some tears and some sweat, okay? Let that account go in red. Tell me you ain't sweating, right? But just like celebrities, athletes, and everybody, you see, like y'all said, Beyonce, you see her and you put her on this pedestal, but when you watch her like behind the music, this woman don't sleep. Mm-hmm. She barely eat. Right. She practice. Right. Practice again. Yep. The same thing with like top athletes. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was not last dance for his high school team. Yeah. His coach made him sit out a year because he said you're not good enough. And it was because of his mindset. He had to change his mindset. Yes. And then he became what he was. and he lost a lot to learn to get as good as he got.
Well, I think to push back, some people say, well, I'm not Beyonce and I'm not Michael Jordan. So
then don't ask for that money. Then don't ask for Beyonce money and don't ask for Michael Jordan money. You sit with your little broke money. That's it.
Don't ask for success
but
if you're not willing to do the
I
work.
concur. But I would also say that everybody deserves more. And
Yes,
you
but
are
they
worth
deserve to put in
more.
the work.
Right. And you're worth putting in the work to get more.
Right.
I think what you're trying to say, Monda, is like, here what we do at I Am Mastery Academy. It has the entry level of anybody from jail to Yale. It's just you have to change your mindset and want to invest in yourself and learn just like you would learn any new thing. Like, you know, our mentor, he learned how to use PicsArt. He's so excited because he learned how to use PicsArt. He took an hour or two and was like, oh, look, I got these going on. And it's like, everybody takes time to learn and get into things that they care about or that's fun, or, you know, like Shay she's really good at planning vacations. If I want to go somewhere, I'm spoiled because she's my best friend and my big sister. I'm like, hey, can you do this? That's not something that I have an interest in, but she did. And now she's like, we ain't gonna go that way because we're gonna do this and this and this. And like, she knows how to work it. And I'm like, we could go all the way there for that amount for real. You know what I mean? And it's like, she wanted to get the best deals and have the best vacation possible. So she took the time to research and da-da-da-da-da. That's the same thing with picking your hard. I could have picked my hard and just paid exorbitant flights and stuff like that, but I was like, there's a better way to do it. So that's what I think you were trying to say, Monda. Like, even if you don't have the wealth mindset and all of these things and you're already there, you can still, you know, peek in the door and see what's happening back there. Like, could I do it? Maybe. And, you know, because with you not knowing, you're picking the hard road. You're making a conscious choice as an adult that I'm okay with not having everything I want, and I'm also okay with not even trying.
Right.
And you know what I mean? So am I going down the right
road? That's exactly what I was trying to say. I was saying, like, by default, you are where you are and you're gonna be where you are if you don't make any changes. But you're worth investing in yourself. Even if you never make it to Beyonce, we talked about all the work she had to do to get to homecoming, all the 9 months she had to plan. Even if you never got that far,
right,
you are worth the investment to learn this skill of trading, which we're talking about in this instance, and so that you can invest in yourself so that you can succeed and get to your goals. We talked about it before. This is not the end. It's just a means to the end.
Right.
And you gotta invest in yourself. You are worth putting in the effort to achieve that goal.
Right. And meeting you where you are. You know what I'm saying? You may not want to be Beyonce wealthy. You know what I'm saying? You probably good with you being a thousandaire. You know what I'm saying? That's okay. We're not saying that. But if you're not there, have you done the work to become a thousandaire?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be, dollar bill and then didn't put the work if all you want is to be a thousandaire, I applaud you. That's fine. Your goal doesn't have to be my goal, but have you put in the work to get to where you need to stop or whatever, like that's all I need. I don't need, I don't want to be Beyonce 30 days a month, 12 hours a day putting it in, but I could probably do 15 days for 2 hours and I'll take whatever that gets me, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay.
And true. And be real with your own self. If you don't hate on somebody that has more if you're not willing to put the work in.
That's it.
If you're not willing to, go ahead, Chrissy.
My problem is not that people are not willing to put in the work. That's fine. If you see that it's too much, don't do it. It's not for you. My problem is for people who don't check to see what the work is. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know how much work is required. You just think it's a lot, right? You think it's a lot of numbers and math, and I've yet to do math. like not even once.
Yeah.
Count money, but you won't even look like just peek in the window to see what it's about, to see if it's something that you're willing to do. Like
Yeah.
that's the part that kills me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we want to invite y'all to take a peek behind the curtain, right? Like last Thursday, Chrissy, she showed you what the back office looked like, all the different websites and things that we have access to. I have two more questions that I want to ask, go around for us to answer. And the first one is, if you could give two pieces of advice, and if not two, one is fine, on shooting your shot for yourself in the financial space for someone who has no interest in that. Now that's complicated. What would be one or two things that you would say, okay, I understand that you don't have any interest in marking up a chart or anything like that, but what would be one or two things that you would say, not to convince them of anything, but just to kind of get their wheels spinning, so they may think of things in a different way, like, I never thought about it that way. I'll start with you, Monda.
Well, I would say what's awesome about I Am Master Academy is, like I said before, you have to expose yourself to people that are ahead of you. And the fact in I Am Master Academy, we have access to 6, 7, almost 8-figure traders that are just phenomenal wealth of knowledge. But what makes them so awesome is that they are accessible to you and they want you to succeed. And then they're making calls live on their sessions. They're sending things out through the platform, through the apps, that are in equipping you to succeed. So you don't even have to. I say you learn and earn. While you're learning, you can earn. And it is phenomenal because, I don't know any other. When I went to school, when I went to Michigan State, when I went to UCF, we didn't earn anything. We paid. We paid while we
For
learned.
sure.
But you're able to learn and earn, and they're really pulling you up. They're really giving you that assistance. You have access to not only learn from them, but you got access to get pulled up and to benefit financially, which is just amazing to be able to do that at the same time.
Exactly. What do you got, Chrissy? One or two things.
So if you don't know something or you don't understand something, just ask the question. Like, I have 2 weeks of free classes available, 14 days. And if you are really interested, but you don't quite know, we invite you into like a Go Live session, into a team meeting, so that you can get some of the behind the scenes information and make that decision like based off of actually having information. Just reach out.
Yeah, just reach out. I like that one. What about you, Shay?
This one is a very tricky question for me. Only because I don't believe in, unless you're a child, I don't have the time and the capacity to not convince, but to talk to people who are not at that point in their life. Because now you become a dead weight for me, right? So my thing is, I will present stuff to anyone, right? Like if you ask me what I'm doing, I'm an open book. I will share, right? And you want to come along for the ride, I'm all for it. But trying to convince someone who's not there mentally and think you're a dead weight to me. And I'm not about the dragging people along, because now you're slowing me down. So I don't know how to answer this question, because it's not for everybody. Wealth is not for everybody. Taking everybody along with you. So when I see you, I bring the information to you, you do what you want with it. Like, it really is a hard question for me, because we stay in our own way all our lives. And it's like it's like slavery. They told you, come on, let's go through. And some like, nah, I'm good right here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't sit here and try to convince you to get out of slavery. And now you done, I done missed the train. Like, you know what I'm saying? Messing around with you. I'm still stuck. I don't know. I could just get on the other side and work on the freedom path, and then eventually I'll come back and get you when you're ready.
Come on, Harriet Tubman. You gotta get freedom.
That's just how it's hard, because they just, some people are, and you could give them all the free you want. You could give it to them for free. You can give it to them as a trial basis, and they're still, that person who's stuck is always gonna find a reason why. Yeah, it's dope, it's free, I appreciate it, but I ain't got the time. Then you're like, okay, I'll give it to you. You know, if you have the time, I'll do it whenever you're off. Yeah, no, yeah. It's not about the money. And it's like, I don't got time for this. I want to ride with those who are ready to ride. And I'm going to share the information with everybody because I get excited about it. And I think, you know, this is a shift, you know what I'm saying, for a lot of people, like, especially for, you know, people, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, they ain't ready. And them not being ready is slowing me down and slowing, you know, the process. And I can just, you know, when I get there, I could always come back and get you. But I can't sit here and wait for you to be ready and then get
right.
on.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
So
I remember the story about, you know, Cash the Great. I think it was, he talked about, you know, when he first started, he was like living with his parents, and his friend was his best friend. He went to him and was like, you know, when you get your own place, then I'll consider that trading stuff. He got his own place. Oh, when you don't even have a car. Okay. So then he went out and got a car. Oh, well, you know, when you do this and this, I mean, now he's like a chairman, what, 25, 10, so I don't know. He's making so much. And his friend's still not in it. There's always going to be people that just don't get on the boat. But then there are people that you just need to share it with that could be listening to this live, that are like, "Ooh, I could have a better life. Ooh, I could learn that." And you know, it might take them some time, but hey, they could be the next Cash the Great. You know?
Yeah. I'll let me later then, because you imagine if Cash just sat there and didn't do moves and you know, had to kind of drag this dead weight all along, like nah. And then he left him over there. He showed him the house. He showed him the car. He wasn't ready. I'll come back to you.
He left him over there.
But from a marketing perspective, people need between 6 and 10 exposures before they can actually make a decision.
That's true.
You have to continue to keep the information in front of them. I'm not saying take out the time to specifically handhold them through anything, but they need multiple exposures, because some people have that negative person sitting in the back room in their ear. They have to get the information maybe without that person for a couple times to see something different, so that they can actually make their own choice or their own decision. So the key is just getting the information out so that everybody can understand that it's accessible, it's attainable, and it's available. You just gotta keep putting it out there, though.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, we're here, right? We're putting it out here, right? It's here. We didn't stop. We've been here for weeks, and we did, right? But you think I'm gonna go knock on everybody? Come on, I'm here. Come on. No. You're not ready. Because now, when you're ready, you're gonna be great. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it takes a little bit of convincing. You know, some people they might do it the right way.
But then you'll get those that come and they join for an hour. They join for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? And they think they're gonna be rich next week. You know what I'm saying? Because you said learn and earn.
And you learn who to spend your time with and who not to spend your time with.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
I know you are cracking me up. I'm more compassionate.
I feel like I'm more compassionate.
Right, Monda. Right.
Well, you know what?
I made it to the north. I don't care about y'all.
I asked you to come. But I asked you to come. You didn't want to go to the north. You wanted to stay in the south. Listen, my back ain't big enough to carry all these people. Like, you know, listen, I can tell you, come on, I can walk, I can hold your hands, we're gonna walk together. I can, you know, encourage you, drink some water, we getting there, it's close, I can see it. But you will be sitting here talking about, nah, I'm good in the South. In the South, I'll be up in the North.
So as you can clearly see, the women of enrichment are welcoming in like-minded individuals. We want to attract people that want more, that want the best of the best, that want, as Dr. Spilly says, God's best good. So his best stuff, we want those things, right? Everybody get a nice leather bag, but we want a nice leather bag with a silk lining and whatever. You know what I mean? We want the best of the best. And it's okay to want that. It's okay to accept that and to not settle for anything less. And for those who just, your mama didn't do it, your grandmother didn't do it, nobody in school taught you about it, you didn't come across a mentor, a friend, nothing, and you'll hear our voices, this is your sign. This is your signal. You know what I mean? Like, this is your opportunity to say there is a different way to earn additional money. And I just want to make it very clear. We're absolutely not against working. All of us have worked our asses off at some point in our life, period. And most of us still, and we work now. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? Nothing against having a job. All of my close friends are nurses. I appreciate a nurse in the medical field, making sure that people are taken care of, and all this coronavirus, like what would we do without nurses? So we are not saying everybody quit your job and get in these markets to make money. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that there's a mandate on your life to have at least 7 streams of income, that in order for you to be wealthy, you have to sow a seed. And sometimes sowing a seed does not necessarily only mean putting your 10% in church. You're going to have to sow a seed into yourself. And that will be a financial investment in yourself. Why do you think you go to Whole Foods and the food is more expensive? You got to invest in taking care of your vessel. Why do you think you got to pay for a gym membership and a personal trainer to help you get your body right? You have to invest in yourself, and that does not stop with education. I'm in yoga. I get training, like I said, and I have 4, 5 yoga books. For what? Like, that is yoga, right? But I had to invest in 5 different books because they're pulling information from everywhere and they want us to be very well-rounded. I don't get a return on my investment from these books except for knowledge. And sometimes that's what we have to think about. When you come something like that, your return on your investment is knowledge, and nobody can take it away from you. And I just want to end this, wrap it up on a good note with my question to the ladies of enrichment, women of enrichment. We come on here, and I guess sometimes it can sound intimidating, like trading is hard, pick your hard, oh, it's hard. You got to study, you got to learn, you got to show up. Let's talk about the easy stuff. How many of us crypto portfolio is booming? How many of us can say that all we did was swipe left? If you can shop on Amazon, you can purchase crypto. And if all you did, boop, 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 and you look at your account, you're like, ooh. I'm telling you guys, you know what? The next time we're going to show you a chart. But Bitcoin is at a place where it has huge potential, or just cryptocurrency or the bull markets. You have to look into these things, which is fine. People just give you the answers within this organization. So you would hop on with us and our mentor, and he will provide you the trade idea and the coins that he is looking at in order to grow his own wealth. And if you are interested in those things, you can do it too. That's what we did. And now we get on his go lives and we be like, Club Kobe, hey. Like, everybody is making money, and we live in a capitalistic society. Nothing is free. Your water ain't free. Your air condition ain't free. You got to nothing is free. Nothing is free. Your YouTube education is not even free. You got to pay for Wi-Fi. You had to pay for that device that you watch a YouTube on. Stop taking the lie that free is okay, because ain't nothing free. You got to pay for everything. So I just wanted to say that with what we do, we may miss a week or two of trading, but we're still accumulating assets and gains and money, because we'll be like, oh, y'all hear Kurt said buy so-and-so, or he's looking at this. All right, I'm going to get me some. Boom, boom. And then we look back 30 days later and we like, look at them. You know what I'm saying? So that was my last question. I know this topic is pick your heart, But within this organization, the hard part is saying yes to yourself. The hard part is giving yourself the opportunity to continue to grow. The hard part is really wrapping your mind around your account having hundreds of thousands of dollars in it because you used to robbing Peter to pay Paul. So like that's the hard part. Just like in losing weight, the hard part isn't going to the gym. That's y'all know y'all like to work out. That feeling of like, oh, I did it, I killed it. The hard part is getting your ass up and going. That's the hard part. The hard part is like, ooh, that cheeseburger, and you got a bag of apples. That's you know what I'm saying? Like that's not physical labor. That's not, you know what I'm saying, somebody whipping you on your back. No, that's you making a conscious choice in your mind, and that's the hard part. So I just want to ask the ladies, you know, how did y'all do last week? And not like, you know, past profits don't guarantee future results, but like how did Go Live, I Am Mastery Academy help you passively gain anything over the last few weeks? It could be education, crypto, whatever, high frequency. I'm just curious so you guys could know that we are gaining something from this organization that is amazing, and I just want to share it. So whoever wants to go first can take it away.
Well, I'll go first. Well, for me, it's been really quiet as far as trading has been for me this week. I've been trying to learn high frequency trading. So that's my thing. So I've been focused. I'm not one of those that can do this, and this. I really can multitask, but I needed to focus and put the time in high frequency trading. And I knew my portfolio, my cryptocurrency portfolio was doing its thing on the other side then. So I knew that I was still making money passively without having to trade while I get into this thing, because I hear this high frequency thing is the new, you know, orange is the new black. And so I'm gonna go, and I've been focusing on that, but it's not like my financial portfolio hasn't been doing its thing.
Exactly. Okay. Chrissy, you grinning, you just snickering.
I know, right?
Listen, so we learning high frequency, right? But because I'm learning high frequency and because we have our investments with our crypto, those are two things that are moving nicely. But because I'm trying to learn something new, I jump in my Bitcoin trade at the beginning of the week. I jump in my ACAP trade at the beginning of the week. And at the end of the week, I'm always happy. I gotta learn something new, and I made money 4 times.
Right?
Yay!
You winning.
Right.
Cooking dinner, Monda.
Yes. For me, of course, I've been doing high frequency. I try to do that once or twice a day, depending on our team does high frequency trading. What'd you say?
Tell them about it. Money in a minute.
Oh yeah, our team does 1 minute money. We get on and do our calls, and then we also use our I Am educator. So it's fantastic. I love it. And using fibs is just fantastic with high frequency. It's just Curtis teaches us how to use fibs, and it's just amazing. So I do that, and then I've been my husband trades crypto more than I do, but I've been kind of dabbling since crypto kind of took off, and you know, so that was that this week, the Bitcoin? Yeah, that was a couple days ago. Was that over the weekend? I don't remember when 1200 was that a couple days ago? I don't know. Yeah. But ETH was really good last week, so Ethereum. So I did a few of those trades, and you know, I just try to pick my schedule. I don't have a ton of time because I got projects, I got other, you know, clients and things like that. So I'll have my schedule when I'm gonna do binary, when I'm gonna do my Forex, and then you know, when I have to do my other stuff. So that's kind of how I do it. So we'll talk about that on Thursday. You have time to trade.
Right. She has people, her clients, and this, that, and the third. We're not trying to take you away from what you may love to do. We're just trying to add to your portfolio because it's fun. We all met each other in this space. It's a sisterhood. It's a brotherhood. It's a lot of people that's within this space that look like us, talk like us, sound like us, have similar backgrounds as us. So it's a warm, inviting, fun space, and then we come on here and we tell you about it because just like. Why I look crooked? Y'all see that?
Got me moving.
Just like with like, okay, I keep relating things to yoga. It's fresh in my mind. I'm in school right now. But like our thing is to create space so you can come as you are and receive the healing however you want to receive the healing, through breathing and, you know, different postures or whatever you take away from it off on your mat. And that type of inviting space and that energy is the same type of thing we get, but like it's connected to financial wellness and not, you know, your body being well. And you see all these yogis doing all these wild things and deep, they're breathing. They know how to take care of themselves. So when they teach a class, they really are trying to help you. They really want you to learn how to deep breathe and meditate and be quiet and be still. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they have the knowledge. They could go off in a tree somewhere, you know, in forest, you know, because there's a thing called forest yoga. It's the lady's name, but it's still funny. They practice in the forest. But anyway, they can go and just get all the healing and zen and everything that they want, and they're good. But the community I'm in is like, no, our people need healing. Our people need to relax and meditate and slow down and breathe, right? And that's there. And at this school that I'm in with these ladies, we feel that our people need to come in and heal. Stop accepting the hard of robbing Peter to pay Paul, the stress of, okay, this bill is in due in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna move this over here and then subtract the 1 and add the 2, and then so, okay, and then I got a check coming. Oh, and taxes is in January. Okay, and then, like, come on, stop. That's if you're moving numbers around and like that, you can do what we do. Okay, if you are really, come on now, y'all know that people have that budget where they're like, if you can do all of that manipulating to keep your lights on, and y'all know y'all do it, and I can speak from experience, right? So y'all know the thing. You can do all of that. You can get on these charts, or you can listen to Kurt, our mentor, or any of the other mentors, and say, okay, do exactly what he said. Boom. You have the skill to do it, and that's speaking a different. You know, now you're on a wealth journey, and that may be hard, but now it's like a different kind of hard. It's a hard where you got us around you, and people, like Monica said, I get up with my team. They're making money together as a team, as a unit. You know, Chrissy, Team Takeoff is huge, and they have like multiple meetings all throughout the week on top of everything else we have. Because when you join Mindful Wealth Creators, Team Takeoff, Monda's team, we want you to succeed. We want to see you win. Like, we get together and we're like, you know, we did the Rise and Profit boat party in 2018. Like, we celebrate together. Like, pick your hard. This hard is a better hard. I think that's what I was looking for, a better type of hard, right? And not a better hard.
It's a lucrative hard.
Right. Right. And in some cases, like Mona said, you have time and it's not hard at all. You just have to give it a shot. That's it.
Just start. Just start. And you'll find out whether you like it or not, but you'll never know if you don't start. You got to start somewhere.
That's right.
That's right. Chrissy, any last words?
Message us. If you have even a half a question, message us. Like,
message us, and when we post stuff on our social media, like, hey, we're doing a presentation call, we're like, it's our coach. Jump on those calls. Those people that we are posting on our social media are multimillionaires, period. Okay, we're on our way. We're gonna be right there with you real soon. Ain't that right, Shay? Give me some. Give me a little.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
Come on, ain't that right? I was coming. But like, we're on our way, and it's like, guys and gals, as our as Tamara say, gals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. So when you see us post anything and we're like, jump on our coach, know that our coach is a successful multimillionaire, and 9 times out of 10, there will be relatable to, our network, the people that we are connected to, and you be like, oh, you could do that and this and that. Okay, yeah, so yeah. jump on. So we did it again, guys. We are going to be here this Thursday. Sorry. Monda will be talking to you about we have time to trade. You got time to trade. Everyone has the time to trade.
Yes,
so
you do.
See y'all Thursday. Y'all have a wonderful day or night or wherever you at in the world.
Bye.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands, people. Wash your hands. Other parts too, but wash your hands. Bye.
Bye.